Hey everybody, welcome to the channel, to another video. We have the holidays coming around here to the corner. We got Christmas coming up actually. And whether you are coming up with some recipes like green bean casserole, or you just went to the grocery store and you cannot find fried onions anywhere, we're going to show you how to make them here. These are the ingredients you're going to need. We're going to start with 2 onions here. We have white onions here already peeled, ready to go. We have a cup of flour. We have some whole milk. I have half a teaspoon of pepper, half a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of paprika, and 1 tablespoon of garlic and herb seasoning. That's if you want to add a little flavor to it. You don't have to put it on, it's optional, but I definitely love it. We picked up this seasoning from Costco, but you can add any seasoning that you want as well. So we're going to get started by cutting these onions up. Alright, we're going to get started with cutting these onions. So I'm going to take the top over here and we're going to start cutting fine slices here, as fine as you can get them pretty much. And we're just going to keep going until we get the whole onion done here. And we have 2 onions we're going to cut through. Again, you want to get it as fine as possible. We're going to separate these in a bit. We'll talk more about that in a few here. But go ahead and cut these onions and we'll see you when you're done. Alright, we finished cutting our onions here. Like I said, we got 2 onions, and as I stated earlier, you want to separate them. So what I mean by that is, once you have the ring here, just pop them out, and we're going to start tossing them in the container to the side here. Get your container handy, get to work, and I will see you in a bit. Alrighty, we finished separating our onions here, so what we're going to go ahead and do is fill it up with some milk. And what you want to do really is just cover the entire bowl with milk. Make sure all of these onions are covered with milk. What we're going to do is grab a little piece of plastic film. If you have aluminum foil, that should take care of it too. We're going to cover this up. Make sure it's a nice and tight seal. And we're going to put this in the fridge for about an hour. Alright, we have our onions in the fridge. While they're sitting in there, we're going to prepare our flour mixture. Like I said earlier, we have 1 cup of flour here. We have a tablespoon of garlic and herb seasoning, a teaspoon of paprika, a half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of pepper. So what we're going to do here is actually get all of our seasoning, and we are going to mix it in with the flour. You're going to want to make sure you get it all over here. This is really what's going to give our onion most of its flavor. Alright, and once you're done mixing that up, we can head on over to the stove and we're going to start frying our onions. Alright, we are over here at the stove. I've got a pan going here with approximately half a cup of oil over a medium fire, and we've had it heating up now, and it is now pretty much reaching the point where we can start getting ready to fry. We've brought out our onions from the fridge. They've been sitting in the fridge for about an hour now, so they are good to go. We have our flour mix and we are going to get started. So go ahead, get some tongs, and let's drain the milk a little bit here. We don't want too much milk following us. Alright, once you got that, we're going to move on over to the flour and make sure they get covered up pretty good. Like I said earlier, this is where you're going to get most of your flavor from. That's the point of our seasoning. Okay, may leave 1 or 2 behind here, but we'll be fine. And that's when we're going to go ahead and take it over to our oil. Let's try to separate it a little bit here. And you're going to want to keep an eye on it here. You want to make sure that it doesn't burn up. You just want it to crisp up just enough to where it's nice and crispy, not burnt, not overcooked. And keep an eye on it. We're going to flip it here in just a few. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and add more while we're at it. Alright, as you can see here, our onions are fluffing up a little bit. They're getting a little crispy, so it is time to flip them over. You don't want them burning. Yeah, look at that texture. That's exactly what we want. That is perfect. Again, if you leave them any longer in that position, it is going to burn, so you got to be quick with this. Just keep an eye out and you should be fine. Alright, as you can see, the texture here, this is exactly what we're going for. So I have a plate lined with a paper towel there. I'm going to go ahead and transfer this over and just let it absorb any excess oil that it has. So we're going to do that here, and we're going to keep going with the rest of the onion, frying it up until we are done with it. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, as you can see, we finished our frying process. Got it here, almost all the oil has drained off into our little towel here. I want to show you what it looks like here. See, our separation worked very well. If not, you'd have some really weird and big, ugly looking onion rings. But here we got them nice, good little fried onions that you can toss, like I said, on top of your green bean casserole or whatever holiday dish you got coming up. These are sure to impress. Well, I hope you liked our recipe. Give it a shot. Let us know how it turns out. And we ask that you give us a quick subscription here. Hit subscribe, hit like, and hit that bell for any notifications when our new videos come out. We really appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you again next time.